Okay, so this is usually about the time in the course where people start thinking, the course lasts one more week. Am I going to be sure? Will I want to ordain in a week? I mean, I've been at this course and I should make up my mind already. Yeah. Okay. But I don't know. There's some resistance in me, and actually I don't really want to, but I should, and it would be kind of nice, but, yeah, where am I going to live? Oh, I could live at the Abbey. Oh. Yes, those people. The bossy bhikshunis and the moody monks. I am not going to be happy there. Forget it. Well, let's see, I could live on my own. No, they said that wasn't so good to do, but I don't have to tell them that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll just say I'm going off to Asia for a trip, and I will stay there and practice at a monastery. And then I'll come back and I'll redecorate my flat. Yeah, put all my Buddhist objects on the wall, take away all the family pictures, all the posters from high school. Yeah. But I don't really know. And I should make up my mind already. I mean, everybody else in this place has their mind made up. They know what they're doing. As usual, it's me. Yeah, I can't do. I just can't make up my mind. So, will you tell me about your experience and how you handled it? No. Why does my experience matter to you? You have your own experience. If you have attachment to something, I can help you learn the antidotes to that. But otherwise, my experience, that may have nothing to do with your experience. Yeah, because there could be so many reasons that you're sitting on that fence. You know, it's like, what's going to happen to my mom and dad, who will take care of them when they're old? Yeah, what's going to happen to my husband? We've been divorced for a while, but, you know, he still cares about me. And my pet dog. What am I going to do with Rover? I love Rover so much. I can't put him in the pound. He would be horribly miserable there. And none of my relatives want him. Yeah, they're allergic to taking care of dogs. And my friends, they're all busy going here and there. Rover would be left alone. I can't do that. Yeah. Rover is part of he's the one who really understands me, you know? Okay, and then my cat. What am I going to do with my cat? I can't even say what am I going to do. She's going to come with me, yeah, to the monastery. Yeah, I'll take my kitty to India with me. You know, I already checked it out at Sravasti Abbey. They said they have 4 cats already. Yeah. But they want more. But I don't want to share Guadalajara. That's my cat's name, Guadalajara. I found her in Guadalajara. Oh, do you want to hear about my kitty, Guadalajara? I could talk about her for a long time. You don't want to. But you asked me to tell about my experience. And, you know, what am I going to do with Guadalajara? See, people at the Abbey, they don't care about you or your cats. They're not interested. Yeah. And then there's my pet zebra. Yeah. Yeah, his name is Zionist, the zebra. Yeah. So some people don't like him just because of his name. Yeah. Anti-Semitic, these people. And he's only a zebra. Well, let's see. And I can't quit my job because they really need me, the whole office. If I quit my job, the office is going to fall apart. The whole department's going to fall apart. And then I have neighbors where I live right now, and who's going to help the old lady take out her garbage if I don't live there anymore? Yeah. Who's going to look over each other's things? I mean, I love my neighbors. And then there's a family gathering every 4th of July, every Labor Day, every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, every New Year's, every Valentine's Day, every Easter. Yeah. Then the 4 equinoxes. Then there's Mother's Day and Father's Day. And the whole mishpocha gets together. Yeah, and we have a great time. And they're all waiting for me to come. I mean, if I don't show up at the family gathering, my parents, yeah, the relatives will question my parents. What happened to your daughter that she doesn't come to our family gatherings anymore? Yeah. Well, she's sitting on a fence somewhere. I don't know. You know, I don't know. But she's sitting on some fence. Yeah. And I got to make let's see, this is Wednesday, the course ends on Tuesday. If we count today, then I have 7 days. And I got to make my decision. Tell me what to do, somebody. Yeah. Yeah, what should I do? Yeah, what should I do? Huh? Tell me. What? Yeah, I know today's a colder day, but I don't need to get any colder. Yeah, you can go chill up. Chill up. Isn't it chill down or chill out? Yeah. So what should I do? Yeah, what should I do? Yeah, you. What should you do? Yeah.
I think you should stay ordained.
Yeah. Oh. No, but I'm talking about this other person. I have a dual personality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So part of me is ordained, part of me hasn't ordained. Yeah. So what should I do? I'm sitting on this fence, and the course is ending in a week.
Figure it out for yourself.
What?
Figure it out for yourself. I don't know.
You don't know.
Patience?
Patience.
Not too
I'm
much
not a
patience?
doctor. I don't need patience. Yeah. No, yeah. What should I do? Yeah. What should I do? Yeah.
I don't know, think about your motivation and what's important for you.
Yeah, my motivation's very clear. You know,
Okay, do
I
it.
want to ordain, but I also don't want to ordain. It's very clear.
Okay, I don't know, do it.
I mean, yeah, do tell me what I should do.
Shut up and practice?
That's something I could probably do. Okay. No, that's what somebody else told me to do too. Yeah, they told me just do my practice. But I don't know what my practice is. I mean, Tibetan Buddhism has so many practices. Do I practice the Buddha or Tara or Chenrezig or Manjushri or Medicine Buddha? Yeah, or white Tara or green Tara? Yeah, which one? Yeah, which one do I practice? Yeah, or do I just pray? Okay.
Yes, just to
I don't know who I'm praying to, but please make the decision for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I have two solutions. One, just stop thinking. Maybe you're not ready for this path. When time comes, you will feel sincere. You want to do this without all the things holding you back. Another solution, just not pray, just do prostration to the Buddhas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as much as you can. Okay. Someone told me, I never tried, but I will try, I think. Yeah, because many years ago, I was in a monastery also. A nun told me, just do Heart Sutra, then do prostration at the same time, then you will have the answer. I said, I don't have a question. Why I'm looking for answer? Yeah, this time I overheard somebody say that. I said, okay, that is something I would try. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds reasonable. I can do that. I can do prostrations. I can be quiet. Yeah, stop thinking so much. I can think about something else. Yeah, rather than whether or to ordain or not. Okay, I'll think about, now what do I think about? Yeah, what do I think about? Venerable Nawang. Oh, look at that smirky smile on his face.
Defects of samsara.
The defects of samsara, there aren't any. I just have to tweak my samsara. Yeah, my samsara is really good. I have a great life in samsara. That's why I don't want to ordain while I'm hesitating, because I have a great life in samsara. I have a career. I love my family. I have enough money. I have lots of friends. I can come to the Abbey now and then. My life is great. What's the defects of samsara? Oh, look at what? It will all end. It will all end, yeah. Okay. So I knew that before. Yeah. It'll all end, yes. But if I ordain that it ends earlier, and I have such a nice samsara, I don't want it to end immediately. Yeah. What do I do? Yeah? You. Yeah. Yeah, one of the moody monks. Tell me what to do.
If you don't mind aging, sickness, and death, and if you don't mind having no control over your mind, then you don't need to do anything.
Oh, that sounds okay. Yeah, I'm not thinking about aging, sickness, death. That happens to other people. I mean, I know it happens to me, but not really. Not really. Yeah, I know the Buddha said that, but somehow it's not going to happen to me. Yeah.
So there's your answer. It's not going to happen for you. Just let it go and keep on living your life.
Let
That's
it
okay.
go. But I don't know. How can I let go of the aspiration to ordain? It's something virtuous. You see, this is my problem. I have that aspiration, but I also love my samsara. Buddha, what do I do? Oh, Buddha said the same thing you did. Shut up and practice. Well, maybe I should try that. Yes.
I remember what you told me when I asked you this question. You said, well, it seems that all the causes and conditions have not come together yet to make this decision. So just keep practicing and see what happens.
Oh, that sounds good. All the causes and conditions haven't come together. Phew. Okay. That means I don't have to do it. And if other people in the course say, well, what did you decide? I'll just say, all the causes and conditions haven't come together. Yeah. But then part of me really wants to ordain. You know, I'm going around in circles here. Yeah.
Venerable, why do you think you need to decide right now in 7 days?
Because it's eating away at my insides. I want to make a decision already. I'm tired of being indecisive. Because I've been thinking about this for years and years and years and years. And I believe in rebirth, lifetimes and lifetimes. I've been thinking about it. And yeah, so I should finally, make up my mind, shouldn't I? Yeah, I have 7 days. Oh, God created the world in those 7 days. Okay, so what am I going to create? Yeah, today's day 1, yeah? Yeah, I can lay out my own thing of what I'm going to create. A new wardrobe. I heard they have a sale at Macy's. Yeah. A new wardrobe, new music, new hairdo. Yeah. What else am I going to do? Then I should do a little bit of Dharma in there. Yeah, I should shut up and practice too. Okay, I should. Okay, I should. So I'll do a few minutes of practice. That's day 4. Day 5, I'll be exhausted. I'll sleep. Same with day 6. And day 7, I'll be exactly where I am today, indecisive. And then you're going to say the same thing to me. Shut up and practice. How many times have you said that to me? Oh, not as many as I thought. only 6,574,327. You said that to me, but I haven't done it yet. Yeah, I haven't done it. Okay, shall we do our opening recitations and take refuge and generate bodhicitta? Yeah. Now, I know you don't want to. You'd much rather sit in your confusion and go round and around and around and around and around and around. Right? No. Well, everybody else is, don't you want to be like me, like everybody else? You don't? Okay, weirdo. Okay, so do the visualization. And follow the wise words of shut up and do your practice. Yeah.
To the teacher endowed, transcendent destroyer, one thus gone, full destroyer, completely and fully awakened one, perfect in knowledge and good conduct, one gone to bliss, know of the world, supreme guide of beings to be tamed. Teacher of gods and humans to you, the Buddha endowed, transcendent destroyer, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni, I prostrate, make offerings and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced 7 strides and said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise, then I bow. With pure bodies formed supremely fine, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain. Fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best supreme guide, to you I bow. With the supreme science, face like the spotless moon, color like gold, to you I bow. You are immaculate, the 3 worlds are not incomparable, wise one, to you I bow. Great, compassionate protector, all-knowing teacher, field of merit and good qualities, vast as an ocean, to the Tathagata I bow. Through purity, freeing from attachment, through virtue, freeing from the lower realms. Unique, supreme, ultimate reality, to the Dharma that is peace I bow. Having freed themselves, showing the path to freedom too, well established in the trainings. The holy field endowed with good qualities, to the Sangha I bow. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind completely, this is a teaching of the Buddha. A star, mirage, a flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew, a bubble.
I dream
A flash of lightning, a cloud, see conditioned things as such. Through this merit may sentient beings attain the state of all-seeing, subdue the full faults, and be delivered from the ocean of cyclic existence perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. This ground anointed with perfume, flowers strewn Mount Meru, 4 lands, sun and moon, imagined as a Buddha land and offered to you. May all beings enjoy this pure land. Venerable holy gurus, in the space of your truth body, from billowing clouds of your wisdom and love, let fall the rain of the profound and extensive Dharma, in whatever form is suitable for subduing sentient beings. Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami.
I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create, listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. So let's feel our fortune at having precious human lives. And really have the determination to make them meaningful by overcoming the afflictions, generating the good qualities. and to be confident that we could do this because we can see the Buddha and so many amazing lineage lamas did it. So we can attain awakening too, step by step by step. So let's make that our motivation for sharing the Dharma. So did you get some feeling in that little play acting we did at the beginning of the session of what it feels like to sit in a ruminating mind? Could you feel that just through the constant, yes, but this, but that, but I don't want to, I don't know, maybe this, maybe that. Could you get a feeling? Are you familiar with that state of mind? Yeah. And what happens when you have it? Besides writing me a note.
I've been ruminating a lot in general for the last few months, and it increases anxiety, it takes away all my energy, it wastes all my time so I don't practice, causes me to engage in unskillful actions.
That sounds really useful, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a total waste of time and energy, isn't it? And it doesn't make you any clearer at the end of it.
No, it doesn't. It actually, I've been ruminating not about ordaining, just about other things that have been going on in my life. and
Oh, we'll sift the topic and ruminate about ordaining.
Yeah, exactly. But
variety is the spice of life.
it's caused me to be so afflicted, though.
To
be so
afflicted, yeah. Yeah. You go around and around and around and around, like a hamster on a wheel, or like a human being with one of those watches that count how many steps you've taken. So you walk around and around. Yeah. It's so interesting because that state of mind is so useless, and like you said, it just makes us more confused, more anxious, more dissatisfied, and yet we're so addicted to that drama that our own mind has created about, should I do this or should I do that? Or maybe there's a third or fourth or sixth or 17th thing to do, that we don't do anything except sit there and worry about it. Mm-hmm.
Venerable, what's the difference between rumination and healthy discernment?
You don't know? Can you feel, what to you is the difference? How do you feel in your body and mind when you ruminate? How do you feel in your body and mind when you have healthy discernment?
I think when I'm ruminating, it's a lot like Sydney just described, where there's a lot of afflictions arising. I'm more sensitive and easy to anger, or I'll cry a lot and all this stuff. But I think if I'm really just kind of discerning, I'm just living my life and not thinking about whether I'm making a decision or not, and the decision just kind of manifests itself naturally.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just living your life and not making the decision, waiting for it to rise, that's a method to deal with it. But that may lead to clear discernment, but it isn't itself clear discernment. Clear discernment, at least my experience is, I know. That's it. Yeah. It's the absence of all that. Yeah. And just, okay, I know what I'm going to do. And there's some feeling of peace in the mind. Not doubting the situation, not doubting myself. Just, this makes sense. This is what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm.
Venerable, it seems like there's a piece missing there for me, though, because what you described sounds like just making the decision and then having peace after having made it. But there's a period where, the initial aspiration arises and you do need to explore that and spend some time with it and sit with it.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, it's not clear yet.
That's why you take anagarika ordination. Yeah, because that's exactly what it's set up for at the Abbey, is to give you that space to you have a uniform, you shave your head, so you have some kind of feeling of what it might be like, but you don't have all the precepts. And so you live with the community, you keep your 8 precepts, and that's why what the anagarika time is for. Mm-hmm. And if you're not sure if you want to be an anagarika, then do whatever you want to. Yeah. Yeah. I can't tell somebody what to do with their life. Yeah. Well, I could, I could be a bossy bhikshuni. But then whatever I tell somebody, yes, you should ordain. No, I can't do that because I'm my pet zebra. Okay. Okay, don't ordain, just give it up. No, but I really want to. I just don't know how. Okay, then sit on the fence. Oh, I don't want to do that either. I've been sitting on the fence too long. I mean, what am I going to say that's going to help you get off the fence? Yeah. So then you can ask everybody in the room, yeah. How did you decide? Yes. Or maybe you still haven't.
No, I'm very clear. Despite the afflictions that come up. How I decided, I came to visit. I just continued to come and visit and do my practice, and then came to EML one year. Probably, I forget the exact timeline, but anyways, then I came to visit for about 4 months and got really clear. This is what I want to do. And then I didn't quite have my housing situation figured out, so I went back to think about it and landed back with my former partner. And I was still going to leave in a couple months. It was going to be fine. But I didn't, because I got overwhelmed by attachment, which happens. And, well, it happens to me very easily sometimes. But it's been nice in this program, actually, to hear that I'm not alone in that regard. It's been, we're all in this dukkha bath together. But I got really clear just continuing to do my practice and continuing to see that if I didn't keep exploring this aspiration for monastic life, I was going to die with regret. And so I'm going to keep going in that direction, not really fully knowing where that's going to go, but I'm going to keep exploring and make the changes that I need to in my life to keep going in that direction. And then I got here the same week as Venerable Nawang and Venerable Punsak. We all arrived, the triple S's together. And we did a Vajrasattva retreat that winter. And so that's a lot of purification and thinking about the non-virtuous actions and things that I've done in my life that I really regret and wish I hadn't done and hope to never do again, of course, in this life or any future life. And just got really clear in seeing that monastic life was an excellent way to train my mind to actually create the causes to not do those non-virtuous actions again and to really have the opportunity to work with my afflictions full-time and hopefully inspire others to work on their afflictions as well.
Thank you. Okay. Let's go back to the monastic mind now that we've resolved that issue. Yeah. Okay. So having a monastic mind benefits our Dharma practice, whether we are monastics or lay practitioners. Yeah. And Buddhism needs good lay practitioners. Yeah. So it's not as if you decide not to become a monastic, that your life is a disaster and you've failed. It's not that. Buddhism needs good lay practitioners. Okay, so you can still have a monastic mind. And yeah, a monastic mind is one that is humble, imbued with the worldview, dedicated to cultivating mindfulness. Yeah. How did I translate it? Introspective awareness, love, compassion, wisdom, and other good qualities. So we still need to talk about the wisdom there. Okay. So you have a monastic mind. You need to cultivate some wisdom, or you have cultivated some wisdom, and you want to cultivate more. We start out cultivating the wisdom of karma and how things operate due to causes and conditions. Yeah. So the whole part of the path that talks about dependent arising, this is what we first need to cultivate, that first kind of wisdom, to see how things arise when the causes and conditions come together. That's not just one, it's not just the other, it's not just one cause, it's not just one condition. There's so many things that come together for everything we do in each moment. Yeah, and that this is how things operate, yeah, in our lives due to causes and conditions. And because they arise due to causes and conditions, their very nature is impermanent, because the causes and conditions that made them arise are also impermanent, and because anything that is a cause produces change, it can never be, steady, reliable, permanent, unchanging. So you begin to think about impermanence, yeah, and how your life is impermanent. That helps you to think about, what you want to do in your life. And you also, when you think about causes and conditions, then your mind also settles down, because instead of saying, I want this, I want this, I want that, and expecting everything to just manifest for us, yeah, we begin to think, I need to create the causes and conditions for it, yeah, And so what did the Buddha teach to help us do that? He taught about purifying our negative actions and creating virtuous actions. Yeah. And so that leads us into the whole discussion of karma. Yeah. Our actions of body, speech, and mind. And we begin to be aware of what we're thinking, how our motivations motivate us and prompt us to do different things. We start assessing, is this motivation something that leads to something good for myself and others, or does it lead to more confusion? Yeah, does this motivation lead to my actions harming somebody else and in that way harming myself? Yeah. So we start really thinking about our actions. Now, our physical actions are the easiest ones to control because, you have to move your body. Yeah. And, but the mental actions, the mental thoughts, the mental motivations, they're much more difficult because thoughts and emotions and feelings and so on arise in our mind one after the other. And when we're not aware of what they are, we just speak and say things and we do things. And often it's only after we've said something or done something that we stop and ask ourselves, oh, was that something that's going to lead to happiness for myself and others? Or was that something that's going to lead to misery for myself and others? Yeah. So, just this whole thing of cause and effect, how it leads to impermanence, thinking about what we, how we have this life, how it's impermanent, and then, karma, how our actions, our mental actions influence our speech, influence our physical actions, and how all of that leave seeds on the mind stream that will ripen into what we experience, in this life, in future lives. And so, there's quite a bit there to think about, don't you think? Yeah. So we have to get some kind of feeling, and then for that. And when we have some stability, in understanding dependent arising, then we can think about how things lack any inherent existence. And, without stopping thinking about karma and dependent arising, but add on seeing how dependent arising is the reason that proves that things lack inherent existence. Okay, so a monastic mind is one that is looking at those kinds of things and thinking about that. Being mindful of the kindness I have received from all sentient beings. I've received kindness from all sentient beings? Really? Really? I'm going to tell you a secret. Actually, I've said this before, it's not a secret. But when I was, I don't know, maybe 5 years old, it was my birthday, and my parents made a birthday party for me, and they asked somebody to come and be a clown to entertain all of us little kids. We had such a good time at my birthday party, and I got all sorts of presents. Ooh, really nice presents. And that evening when the party was over, there was one space in my room between the edge of the bed and the wall under a window. And I crawled into that space and I cried and cried and cried. And my parents came in and said, "What's the matter?" I said, it's going to be another year before I have another birthday. Okay. So, what did it say about being mindful of the kindness of sentient beings? At that moment, during that whole day, was I mindful of the kindness of sentient beings? What was I mindful of? It's all about me because it's my birthday and people are giving me presents and we have a clown and they say nice things about me. Oh, yeah. So we begin to see, well, yeah, it's not just on my birthday that I think like that. It's 102% of the time. Yeah. It's all about me and what makes me happy. Yeah. And when I think about other people, okay, I may feel sorry for the people who are hungry in Gaza, and the people in Iran who just had their nuclear thing destroyed, not destroyed, but damaged. I might feel sorry for them. But when push comes to shove, yeah, who's the most important one in this universe? You got it. It's me. And what I want, what I need, what I have to have, what I want to do, what makes me happy. And the universe is here to do all of that for me. Yeah, why? Why do I expect the universe to give me everything I want? It's simple, the reason why. Because I'm me. And I'm the center of the universe. I'm the center of the universe, and you are not. And you are not. Everything revolves around what I want, and not you, and not you. Yeah. So, what's it saying? Being mindful of the kindness I have received from all sentient beings. I can't even read the rest of the sentence because I'm not at that first part yet. Okay. How do I get there? Does the sentient beings really been kind to me? I don't know. My whole life, I've just wanted to be happy, and the world's against me. When I was 4 years old, I was trying to get on my skates, and they wouldn't stick. How come my parents didn't get me skates that would stay on? I know they hadn't been produced by that time, but that doesn't matter. They still should have gotten them and given them to me. Yeah. And then in first grade, Mrs. Richardson, she was my first grade teacher. Whenever she went to the bathroom, we had to stand in front of the entryway like this. That's my memory of first grade. My memory of second grade was I wanted to be in the class play, and Mrs. Duncan wouldn't let me. Yeah, what's this talk of the kindness of the universe? Third grade, Mrs. Growl. She was kind of okay. Oh, but you know what happened in third grade? Oh, I'm too embarrassed to tell you, so I won't. Okay, 4th grade. We'll skip that. 4th grade, that was Mrs. Lockwood. She was good, except then she got married and she didn't teach the next year. 5th grade, Mrs. Sklar. She was okay. 6th grade, oh God. 6th grade, Mr. I can't remember his name. Oh, he was really a trip. He did not understand 6th grade girls at all. He didn't understand 6th grade boys at all. He didn't understand much. Well, in my opinion. Yeah, so let's just talk about all the kindness of sentient beings. I would have learned reading, writing, arithmetic without most of them, because I'm brilliant. Yeah? How often do we think about the kindness of other sentient beings? In that whole thing, I didn't even tell you about 7th, 8th, 9th grade with Mr. Boulderson. I won't go into that. My goodness. Okay. But did I ever, in any of that time, consider anybody else's feelings or consider that my happiness depended on what they did for me? Did I ever think of the people growing the food and harvesting it? I was told repeatedly that I should finish all my food, even the gooey stuff, because children were starving in China. So that's why I should eat. I see some others of you were told that. Children are starving in China, so I should eat all the food I don't like because I'm lucky to have food. Ugh, baloney. Yeah, I don't want baloney to eat either. Okay, but you know, how much do we really consider? Yeah, all those teachers, did I ever consider what they did for me in a positive way and how they shaped me? No, I just thought of what I wanted that they didn't give me, or what I didn't want and they did give me. Yeah. I never thought of how my whole life depends on other living beings. Seems like I need to do some work here to have a monastic mind. And get over this idea that the role of everybody else is to make me happy. Yeah. And to do something about my rules of the universe. Yeah. Which also include that everybody should do what I want them to do. Yeah, I'm glad you agree that everybody should do what I want them to do, not what you want them to do. No, what I want them to do. And I tell people what they should do, what I want them to do. And you know what they say? Well, some say just flat out no. Some disappear. Some say, yes, but. And some say, who do you think you are telling me what to do? And I give them my fantastic sage's advice. Yeah, that they even ask for. And then I tell them, and they don't like it. Yeah, you should all ordain. That's it. Yeah, I made the decision for you. You should all ordain. Get your robes ready. Get your hair clippers ready. Yeah, say goodbye to your parents. Yeah, show up here. We'll take care of you. Okay? But I just told them all that, and they're looking at me like, I'm glad you're choking. You think I'm joking? You asked me what to do. Yeah? Okay. So do you get it? You know? So being mindful of the kindness I have received from all sentient beings. When I stop and think about the kindness, it's overwhelming. It starts with my parents, who were actually my slaves. Yeah. Isn't that the function of our parents? To bring us up, give us everything we want. Yeah, tell us how wonderful we are so that we'll have self-esteem. Give us good values, but which we follow only when we feel like it. Yeah, that's kind of the function of parents, isn't it? Do we really appreciate what they've done for us? Yeah, in Chinese culture, you're taught to appreciate that. Yeah. But then you feel like it's a burden. Yeah, you're taught to appreciate what your parents have done, but then that feels like a burden on you. Yeah, because they really were our slaves. Okay, so, trying to pull ourselves out of that self-centered attitude and look at our lives with a big mind. And if we have a big mind and really think about it, it's just amazing what we have received from others. When you think that, you were a baby, you came out of the womb, you couldn't talk, you had no idea what in the world was going on. Yeah, nobody told you, you're going to be born in 5 minutes, so get ready. No, everything just happened. You have no conceptual understanding of what's going on. Yeah, you can't say you're hungry, so you cry. You can't turn yourself over when you're tired of lying on your back or lying on your stomach. You can't walk to get what you want. You can't talk and express what you need. You can't cover yourself when you're too cold. You can't take off the cover when you're too hot. Yeah. What do you do as a baby? You can't take care of yourself at all, not one iota. And if you think you're broke now, when you were born, you had nothing. Yeah, there was no bank account in your name. Yeah. So where did all of our knowledge come from? Where did our money come from? Where did everything we have come from? Where did everything we ate? How all those years we've been alive. Imagine if you could take all that food that you've eaten and stack it up, how the huge pile it would be of all the food you've eaten, just this one life. Yeah. And where did that food come from? And if you ate meat, I was raised to eat meat. Yeah. I had no idea I was eating somebody's body. Well, I kind of, you kind of do, but That doesn't matter. Yeah. Did that animal volunteer their life so that I could have lunch? Did I even think about that my eating that meat, was involved in somebody else's death? No. Yeah. My slogan was, I want what I want when I want it. And I deserve everything I want when I want it. Yeah? Okay. So when you come into Dharma, this whole view is challenged. Yeah? And it, at the beginning, can be quite uncomfortable to look at and really acknowledge the depth of our self-centeredness, because when we think of our relationship to other living beings, we usually think of what can I get out of them, and they might harm me, and they are harming me, so I've got to protect myself. Yeah, we think of other beings, it's, what can I get and how do I protect myself? Yeah. And then we wonder why we're unhappy. Yeah. I'll tell you why I'm happy, because I want what I want when I want it, and nobody's giving it to me. That's not why I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy because I'm filled with craving, and I expect the universe to give me everything I want. That's the problem, not what the universe is doing. The problem is what I'm thinking, what I expect, what I want, how my thoughts are just all about me, I, my, and mine. Okay, so, monastic mind is a mind that challenges that view, and asks ourselves, first of all, is that view accurate? And second of all, does that view make me happy? When I'm completely, all the time, 102% focused on myself and what I want, what I'm getting, what I'm not getting, am I happy? Well, I'm a little happy when I get what I want, but most of the time, I'm dissatisfied. Yeah, because I'm not getting what I want, and I get what I don't want. And people misunderstand me, and they don't appreciate me. And I work so hard to do things for them, and they don't even say thank you. Okay, so, the difficulty in all this, and really the reason why are we unhappy is because we're siphoning everything into me, I, my, and mine. Yeah. And we've been doing this our whole life and from beginningless lifetimes. And it's not bringing us the happiness we want. Yeah. So to really look and see the kindness that we've received from others, how many people, if we make that pile of food, all the food we've eaten and however long you've been alive, how many people grew the vegetables that you ate? Yeah, how many people worked the land to produce the wheat or the rice or whatever grain that was the basis of your diet? Yeah. Who built the buildings that you've lived in, that you studied in, that you worked in? Yeah. Who made the roads that we drive in? Who made the vehicles we drive in? Yeah. Who worked in the mines that got the iron that helped to make the vehicles? Yeah. What animals lost their life to produce the leather in the cars? Yeah. How many people are working on the rigs, the oil rigs, to get the oil that goes in the car that I drive to get to where I want to be? Yeah? If we really sit and think about this, it's absolutely astounding. Yeah. Difficult to really imagine. Yeah. And how some of the people, people we knew helped us. Yeah. And also people we didn't know. So many people who we didn't know, but who produced the food, sewed the clothing, built the rooms, all of this, yeah. And then I think, oh, I'm so smart, I know so much. When I was born, I couldn't even speak. Who taught me how to speak? Yeah. Other living beings taught me how to read and write. They taught me how to pronounce words. Yeah. They had to discipline me so that I was only a minor brat and not a major brat. Yeah. But how our whole life, everything is interrelated with other living beings, and how they have come through for us. Yeah, we're still alive. That in itself is proof that of the kindness of sentient beings. Because if they weren't kind, we would have starved long ago. Yeah. Or we would have fallen out of our crib and nobody would have picked us up. Or who knows what. Okay? So you really think about this repeatedly. And it's a really good thing to think about when you're in a traffic jam, to look around and think, oh, all those people have been kind to me. Part of your mind goes, no, they're in the way. Well, the highway wasn't just built for me, believe it or not. It's because there were so many other people who wanted to use it, and it was our combined need that the highway was built, not just because of me. So even to have the road, I'm dependent on others. Yeah. Okay, I'm dependent on my grade school teachers, but I'm also dependent on the people who taught them when they were little, and the people who taught them. And if I really expand it out, the kindness of all the people who grew the food when my teachers were young. Yeah, because otherwise that kept my teachers alive. Them staying alive enabled them to teach me, which enabled me to be able to talk and read and write. Yeah. So it is just huge to think about this. And it's when you really sit down and do this meditation repeatedly, what dawns on you is, wow, I've been the recipient of tremendous kindness my entire life, and I haven't seen it. Yeah, I've been so involved in complaining, avoiding, making excuses, demanding, that I haven't seen the amazing kindness that has been given to me. Yeah? And then your attitude about others changes. Yeah? And you find that you're not so critical of them, because in one way or another, in this life or previous lives, what they did, whether you knew them or not personally, enabled you to stay alive and to have what you needed. So this kind of meditation, very powerful. If you have difficulties with your parents, do this meditation a lot. You really begin to see, oh, my parents have been kind to me. And all those things that I used to hate, that I complained about, they really weren't so important when I compare it to the amount of kindness that my parents have given. And then you might think of writing your mom and dad thank you notes. Expressing your appreciation for having you and raising you and enduring you when you were young. When you think, do you think your parents had a good time bringing you up when you sat there and had a temper tantrum? Or when you were constantly pulling on them. I want this, I want that. The kid across the street, they have it. Their parents are nice. You're mean. I want this. And you look at all of the times you did that, you want to hide your face because you feel so much remorse. And a good kind of shame, like, oh, gee. So, important meditation. Okay, let's see if we can get to the end of the sentence. Being mindful of the kindness I have received from all sentient beings, I will relate to them with fortitude, kindness, and compassion. Okay, fortitude. I'm not translating the term as patience anymore. Fortitude. Okay, meaning that I have inner strength. I don't have to get bummed out when people do what I don't like. I can endure that. I can endure the taunts of the kids in the playground when I was little. I can endure how bratty I was and taunted other kids. Actually, I can't endure that. I feel horrible about it. I want to, Were you nice to other kids? I thought I was nice until I really looked. Sometimes, you want true confessions? I can tell you everything. The naughty things I did, especially 6th grade. You're not going to hear it. Okay, but fortitude, I don't have to, say that everything that happens to me that I don't like is trauma. I don't have to say, oh, I've been discriminated against, I haven't been appreciated. Maybe people, discriminated against us. Maybe they taunted us and called us names. Maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend ghosted you. or they broke up with you and told you everything that they don't like about you and how you were unsatisfactory. Yeah, and you begin to have some fortitude, like, okay, that's okay. But when I compare it to the kindness of sentient beings, there's no comparison. Yeah. Because without other living beings, I could not stay alive. That's the bottom line of it. Yeah. I couldn't even stay alive. Okay. So I will relate to them with fortitude. Kindness. Yeah? They're living beings. They're just like me. They want to be happy and they don't want to suffer. So I relate to them with kindness, because I see that we're alike and because I appreciate everything that they've done for me. And, we live in an interdependent world and I want to give something back. Yeah, I think all of us, deep inside, we want to contribute to the welfare of others. Yeah. Our self-centeredness may just take us over, but underneath, ever since we were little kids, is we wanted to help. Yeah, we would go up to our parents and pull and say, can I help you? Mom, Dad, let me cut the vegetables. Give me the knife. No, you'll get hurt. You're not giving me what I want. They're taking care of us, protecting us from our own ignorance. Yeah. So, just seeing they've been kind to me. I want to be kind in return, and I want to put more kindness in this world. Yeah, we live in a world where there's a shortage of kindness, and what does media talk about all the time? All the unkind things that people do to each other. Yeah, very seldom does media report the kind things people do, once in a while. But usually it's all about the unkind things people do to each other. But I want to put some kindness in the environment. Yeah? So I try and relate to others with kindness. Smile, thank them. Yeah, point out what they do well. Appreciate what they've given to me. Stop being a demanding brat. Yeah. Being kind is, okay, I'm not His Holiness, I'm not Mother Teresa, I'm not Nelson Mandela. I want to call him Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela. I can't be kind in that way, but I can be kind to the people around me. And I can even say good things about people, other people, even I don't know them. Okay, so I can relate to them with fortitude, kindness, and compassion. Yeah, compassion. I see that especially the human beings around me, they have this, incredible human life with human intelligence. And what do they spend their life doing? Yeah, trying to make more money, trying to be more famous, trying to have more power in their own little kingdom or queendom. Yeah. They don't know anything about karma. They just want to be happy and not suffer. But because they don't understand karma, because they're under the influence of self-centeredness, they keep creating the cause of misery. Yeah. Doesn't matter what they do, even it's horrible things. Yeah. They still want to be happy, and the tragedy is they don't know how to create the causes of happiness, and they don't know how to abandon the causes of suffering. Yeah, those people are objects of compassion. So, my first Dharma course in Nepal, people, Lama Yeshe would be talking about the, bodhicitta and the kindness of others, and somebody would say, Lama, but what about Hitler? Yeah, Hitler was evil. Yeah, are you saying Hitler was kind? Yeah, and Lama said, well, he was probably kind to his family. Yeah, but that doesn't count. Okay. Then Lama would say, he means well, dear. Yeah, Hitler, Stalin, Mao, Donnie, whoever you want, they means well, dear. Yeah. In other words, they're doing whatever they're doing, no matter how horrific it is and how it causes suffering in the world. They're doing it because they think it will lead to happiness. That's a pretty big state of confusion, isn't it? Yeah, but if we could look into their minds, that's what they're doing. They're thinking that what they're doing will lead to happiness and well-being, at least for themselves, their family, their group. And the real tragedy is that they don't understand the value of their life. They don't understand. They can't discern what is virtuous, what isn't. They can't, even begin to control their actions and cease creating negativities and make an effort to create virtuous actions. So those people are really objects of our compassion. Yeah. Okay. So being mindful of the kindness I have received from all sentient beings, I will relate to them with patience, kindness, and compassion. Okay, we'll stop here. You may have questions, comments. Mm-hmm.
After you get all of the things, or even some of the things that you want, then what? You keep getting more and more, and you just, when does that end?
Yeah, you want more and better, more and better, more and better. And there's always more to be gotten, and there's always better to be gotten. Mm-hmm. Nothing else? Uh-huh.
Venerable, I was remembering that a few days ago we did the reading of the eight thoughts. So, I don't remember.
The 8 verses of thought training?
That one.
Yeah.
And there are some things that lead toward compassion, and I was practicing them. And I felt, wow, but if I do that, I will be like a doormat. This vision, like I will be like a doormat. And then I have this, if you have a relationship with an abusive person, it's strange. I don't want to be abused. I don't want to allow that person to abuse me. I don't want to do ill will, I better remove from the container where abuse is happening. But sometimes also, yeah, you cannot remove. Like, I don't know if it's a country, or I don't know, you're a child and your parent is raping you, like that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, how I think to generate goodwill when the thing is like. Not like my teacher in 5th grade, more intense. Like it feels like my life is in danger, or things are. I am not a bodhisattva, so I don't know how to even cultivate the sense like, okay, let me just be patient. You're confused and think you're gonna be happy harming me. Or like right now, somebody owes me money and they just decided to just like $1,000 to be like, oh, I don't talk to you anymore. I was like, wow, I trusted this person. Like they say, the person that you trusted, like your friend, they betray you. So you go and you are like, oh, I think you are confused. I am so sorry, you are generating bad karma. I don't have that kind of thing.
It's hard to think
I am
like
ruminating, like, wow, this person did that. And I am like, I wish them to do this, and then they got bad karma, so this is what's going to happen to them.
Yeah.
And then that makes me feel a little better, because at least I have a revenge in my mind. I'm not going to take a revenge in like physically, but all of those cases of like, wow, it's dangerous, it's very hard to bear it, it's hard for life, or it's like betray, like, whoa, how to cultivate kindness.
Oh, those mean sentient beings. Yeah, I was doing so much, and they took advantage of me. I cared so much, and they just took it for granted and took advantage for me. And now, they left me, and they trashed me and criticized me, and I'm all alone. After I was so kind and they were so mean. Yeah. My parents called me Sarah Bernhardt for a reason. Yeah. Not all of you get it, that's okay. But yeah, it's interesting. Why do we think that being compassionate must, of course, entail being taken advantage of and being walked all over? Why do we think that that's the result of compassion? Yeah. Is it compassion when, okay, I'm married to some guy, yeah, and he beats me. But I say, I am so compassionate. It's okay that you beat me. Yeah, it's okay, no problem. And he beats me again. It's no problem. I have so much compassion for you. And on and on and on. Is that kindness to him? Why isn't it kindness to him? What? He's creating negative karma. Yeah, he's creating a lot of negative karma. And I'm enabling it by just saying, it's okay, I love you, it's fine. That's not kindness to somebody. Okay? So letting ourselves, being compassionate doesn't mean letting ourselves get taken advantage of. Yeah? Because we have to have wisdom too, and not just be indiscriminately kind, because sometimes that kind of quote, quote, kindness, yeah, actually damages other people. For example, yeah, if our parents had been kind, perpetually kind to us, and given us everything we wanted as kids, what would you be like now? What kind of person would you be like? You got every single thing you wanted. And every time you quarreled with your siblings, it was that your parents agreed that you were innocent and it was always their fault. What kind of person would you be now? Would that have been kindness on the part of your parents? No. Yeah. We wouldn't even know how to be able to function in society because we would be super brats. Yeah. So they had to discipline us and teach us manners and teach us to stop and, think about other living beings and the effect of our actions on them. Okay? So that's how they showed their compassion to us, by stopping us and giving us instructions and, and when we acted like brats, disciplining us. Okay? So compassion doesn't just mean you say, yeah, it's all okay. Yeah? Yeah? Yes, but?
In the case of this person that owns me money, she was a teacher of mine, and so I know other students, and I have this thought like, wow, they don't know that this person is capable of doing that. But my intention is revenge. My intention is not to say to the other students, take care, just watch how this person doesn't have so much integrity as he pretends. But I don't find inside of me integrity to say that. So I am trapped in this sense like, wow, I am taken advantage of, but I also know this person is going to continue harming others probably. And I want to be like, tell her you're in a community, don't do this, it's not good for you, people's gonna talk about you. Or maybe she's like, oh, I don't care, I don't know, but I don't have the clarity of how to proceed with compassion, because also it's inside of me a lot of anger of this situation. So in a case like that, I should let it go and be like, karma is going to take care of it. It's not my business because I don't have the wisdom yet to act correctly.
You can't just sit there and say, oh, I shouldn't be angry, and all your anger disappears. Yeah. No, read Working with Anger. Read Healing Anger. Okay? No, we have to really look at, what are the thoughts and assumptions and views lying behind our anger. Yeah? It's very interesting when you start to watch. I'll give you a clue. It's the self-centered mind. Yeah. Why am I angry? Because I either didn't get what I want or I got what I didn't want, which was harm. Yeah. Yeah. Does that mean that they're kind people? It's not. It isn't. Saying kind people doesn't mean anything. We can talk about actions being kind, yeah, or actions being harmful, but you can't say a person is harmful. So anyway, read the book. Yeah. Yeah.
I also know that for me, when I get angry and see the harm that's being caused, I have a really difficult time taking responsibility for my part of the dance. You lent that $1,000 to this teacher, but it sounds like you were totally an innocent victim of circumstances. There's a way in which we have to say, did I vet this decision? Was I really wise in what I did? If I just did what I did, trusting somebody without really understanding the situation and her capacity to repay it, then I'm part of the responsibility on why it didn't go the way it went. Because I find when I get angry, I just don't want to own my part of triggering somebody, being afflicted not being wise about my decisions in relationship to other people, and then it's all their fault. And that's just not, that's a dead end.
Yeah, that's giving away our power, because if it's all their fault, then we're a victim and we can't do anything about it. And then we live our whole life being bitter because we're a victim. Who wants to do that? Okay, let's dedicate.